Welcome back. In this one, we're going to be going over how and why you should be journaling. And I'm going to show you a nice free way that I started journaling before going to the paid versions. I understand when you get into trading, you want to keep your costs low so you can learn the craft, like any craft really. You're learning the skill, you're learning it at a lower cost, and then you start adding costs in, which benefit your skill later on. However, if you do want to jump into a journaling program that saves you time later on, but costs you a bit, I'm going to do another video on that later on, which I think is the best journal so far that I've seen on the market. So jumping into this trade, Notion, everyone's heard of Notion. It's a great platform, it's a free platform to use. I created myself a nice journal to use when I started, and I actually used to use Trello. I'm not sure if people have heard that. I used to use Trello back in 2021 and 2022. Then I moved back to Notion in 2023 and 2024. I then moved over to this new platform in 2025, which is TradeZilla. So Notion is a great platform to trade because you can break it down into a calendar view, right? The calendar view is helpful because you can see each day labeled out, and I'm going to show you, and you'll be able to see in a couple of seconds what this looks like. I'm going to show you September 2024 and show you why I journal and why you should be journaling as well. So delving into the screen now, we can see we're on Notion. Now I had three views to begin with that were helpful. One was the table, which is just a straightforward view of your pair, which is, you can see very consistent. If you watch my last video, you can see that I'm only trading one pair, as I hope everyone else should be striving towards, or maybe two, maybe three. Either way, one pair. You can see the date is here as well. To win or loss, so the red is obviously loss, green is win, and white is actually a missed trade. Gain and loss, obviously quite transparent and straightforward. This was actually done on a prop firm account. This was a funding pips account, which was funded at this time. So this was a funded account. The charts, obviously pictures, you need pictures, the pair, position, the session, and the time that it was taken at. So this is very helpful because you can then delve into your analytics within your platform or within your journal and learn, where am I making the mistakes? Why am I making that mistake? Before I give you a quick example, let's go into the other views and then I'll delve into one or two examples. So the calendar view, like I said before in the start of the video, is very helpful because you can see all of the trades that you took in September in a calendar view. Is very helpful, and it's very easy to select or add a new one. So you just click on here, click the plus icon, and it would add a new box. And in that box, you would add all these different bits that have already been labeled out for you. So to begin with, let's talk about a win, and then we'll talk about a loss. And I'm going to save the missed trades for a different video. So looking at our win, we had first trade taken here, and you can see I'm risking 0.25% on trades. And this may not make a lot of sense to you guys, depending how far you are on your journey. But before we look at the picture, you can see I've recorded the gain or loss, the chart, the date, the pair is always going to be EURUSD in this month. New York, I traded, I took a long at 2 p.m. my time, which is 9 o'clock New York time. So the reason why you want a picture is to actually see, okay, what were you thinking when you placed that trade? Did it follow your plan? If it did, nice. How did it follow your plan? Did you put on the chart how it followed it? And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. So if we hop onto the chart, we're just clicking this plus. This is trading view, a screenshot. You can see I have a lot of text on here with the position obviously labeled. After price created a new higher high, looking for a retest to continue higher after more poor USD data through ADP non-farm employment change. However, unemployment claims came out slightly better than expected. And given how greedy the market gets when there's a slight positive data release, sales were quickly the new short-term narrative until the 1 hour and 15 minute fair value gap was filled to the pipette. Once filled, I waited for the 1 minute to show signs of bullish market structure, which I then entered off a 1 minute FEG, and I closed in profit 10 minutes before ISM Services PMI, red high impact data. So for me, this is very well documented. I can go back the day after, even 6 months later, 7 months later, and I can understand what I was looking for here. So we're trading Euro USD. We understand that USD data that comes out scheduled on Forex Factory, if I look at that website, or economic calendar on Trading Economic, then you can see this type of data would affect our pair that we're trading. And if you're trading a funded account, for example, or even if you're trading real money, personal money, you don't want to risk it all the time on data releases that are higher impact and you have no real indication of where it's going to go. So for this one, I closed the trade just before the data came out to protect my profits and to protect the account, right? But secondly, we can see clearly on the 1 minute, this is how I entered, where I entered, why I entered, and where I closed. It closed it. Now, I have actually got better at journaling, in my opinion, from this point, but it's a good starting point for me. And the reason why you need this is because if I took this trade and I didn't plot how I want it or why I want it, then how am I ever going to improve? How are you going to improve if you don't write down why you took that in the mindset that you were in? There's no way for you to actually improve. This is why it's vital for journaling. And if we look at a loss here, the same thing. It's a gain or loss. It's a loss, obviously. The pair, I took it during London session. It was a long position and it was at 9 o'clock in the morning, my time, UK time. And same again, even if I take a loss, I'm not reducing the amount of writing that I do. I take a loss just as serious as a win. And you can see that by the writing just there. You can see the layout. You can also see these little ticks that I did. So I trade a lot of ICT models or a ICT model, which I've added a bit of flair to. A sweep, broken energy in discount. So these types of things are on my checklist, hence the tick. Your plan may be completely different or similar. I'm not sure, it's completely dependent, right? But the whole point is I still got the writing. I've still said exactly what I was looking for, what actually happened. So Euro data, missed an entry as well, but then also what happened. There we go. It says data came out not as good as expected, and thus move did not occur. I let trade breathe rather than manage aggressively, meaning the full SL was hit. So back to the previous day, I had a trade where I closed before the data, whereas this one, I didn't close before the data, and look what happened. So me journaling this allows me to learn where my mistakes are, both on the charts, but also psychologically. If you don't write down how you're thinking at the time and what you're looking for and why it happened, how are you going to improve your psychology? You physically can't, right? So it's important to get that down. Last but not least, I just want to show the gallery view as well. So this is just it's a view of all the pictures that you have on your journal. I'm confident this gave you an insight into why you should journal. And I shout out to Notion to show you how actually good and sufficient this platform is. If you aren't journaling, crack on with Notion. I'm sure if you want a template, I can sort you one out, but it's very straightforward to label what you want, and see you in the next one.